All right, welcome to Drafts and Drafts. We got another draft here this morning. I wasn't gonna record this one, but whenever I got Horn of Gondor in Pack One, Pick One, I thought this could be a fun draft. Horn of Gondor is a very good card in the set. It is a legendary artifact for 3. When Horn of Gondor enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and you can tap it and pay 3 to create X 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of humans you control. So it's good on its own, but obviously it benefits from a sort of human tribal strategy, which is largely white, as the card indicates, but also red. So my thought is at this point that I'm going to take Horn of Gondor and then hope for cards like Protector of Gondor or Rally at the Hornburg, which are great with Horn of Gondor, but I don't expect to see them. So yeah, gonna take Horn of Gondor. All right, let's see how the Human Dream looks. Ranger's Firebrand is a great card in red, so I'm tempted just to take it for that reason. I haven't played much white, so I don't know how good Aaron Ryder of Gondor is. Apparently pretty good. In my rankings, it's 72. That's based on 17 lands. Yeah, so it's a non-legendary sort of scry loot situation. Yeah, I think Ranger's Firebrand is just too good. I mean, I do want to do the human thing, but I also want to do the value thing, and I do think I'll be in red. So, um, well, let's see. Hmm. I guess I don't know. I know Rally at the Hornburg. I know. Yeah, no, there are plenty of red humans to justify this, I think. It feels a little strange to pick outside of the most human-centric color, but yeah, I just think Ranger's Firebrand is too much gas. Too good. Too good. Yeah. Hey, nice. That's really nice. Erkenbrand, Lord of Westfold, or another human enters the battlefield under your control. Creatures get +1/+0. This is really nice. It's so good with Rally at the Hornburg. So I am going to take this without hesitation. Torment of Golem is also really good, but this works with the theme. Kind of gets me started down the path in the honest human route. Rising of the Day, no. Eagles of the North is great. Hobbit Sting. It's more green white. I haven't played much white, so I'm checking a lot to see kind of where my rankings put these cards, because I don't want to undervalue something in white and pass up. So yeah, these are all pretty close as it turns out. This also does have the human discount, but I just think Eagles of the North is, oof, this is tough. It's tough because this does benefit the human thing. It also equips those tokens, making them very powerful. Well, I mean, just slightly more powerful, but on the cheap. I mean, making my 1/1s into 3/2s for 1 mana and just sort of relentlessly swinging at those guys is pretty tempting. Um, Boy, oh man, I think uh, I think in any other context, if I were in white, I would take Eagles of the North, but because I really want to do the tribal thing and kind of push this, and hopefully the cards help me in that, I think I'm going to take the Blade and just hope for the best. Eagles of the North, I like you. You're a great card. Hey, oh, this is tough. Oh man, I hate I hate having to choose here. Oh man, so much value. So Rally at the Hornburg seems like the obvious choice just because I do have Erkenbrand already, and it plays well with Horn of Gondor, and it plays well with Dunedain Blade. Uh, Book of Mizarble is just such a good card. So it's I don't like passing up Book, but Rally at the Hornburg is the play here because it is maybe the better card and also synergizes. So I guess it's not really so tough, but I just hate seeing the stuff that I'm not taking. Ooh, okay, nice. Um, yeah, Shadowfax. I don't know how much I'm gonna have really to cheat in. I mean, Erkenbrand is a great cheat, I guess. Is that right? Yeah. Shadowfax lets you cheat in creatures with power less than Shadowfax whenever it attacks, and horses have haste, which is not going to be super relevant. But yeah, I'm already in these colors. Uh, Shadowfax is an absolute house, so gonna take Shadowfax and love it. Lost to Legend, nice. I feel like I'm getting really gifted cards here. Yeah, I mean this is just a great white card. Esquire the King is also a good white card. Yeah, but Lost to Legend is the play. I think. So Lost to Legend is 131 in the rankings, which I am surprised by. Esquire of the King is 127, so it's actually closer than I thought. Um, hmm. So, okay, well now that they're closer in the rankings, I'm starting to get a little more nervous about this pick because this is nice for go wide strategy, which is what I'm trying to do here. It is also a human, so it synergizes there. It's a 1-drop, which keeps me from getting run over. My feeling is just I can get more Esquires of the King. I don't really want to play more than one or two in a deck, and I'm not going to see Lost to Legend again. So while I think Esquire of the King is probably the better pick synergistically, I think the likelihood of seeing one over the other makes me lean towards Lost to Legend, even though um, maybe I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Not really anything I want to do here. Uh, I mean, the Grey Havens is okay. I don't think I'm going to be super mana intensive, and so, there is a temptation, even though that card is not very good, just because, yeah, there's nothing else that I want to do here. I don't know. I mean, Flamesmith is a 2-drop. I don't have that many instants and sorceries in this deck, most likely. But it is a playable 2-drop. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. So, Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin is not a great card, but it does benefit the go wide strategy. And so, I mean, if things are, if Horn of Gondor is pumping out the guys, Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin is a nice little vigilant swing, and I don't really care about those guys dying generally. So, and I mean, also Horn of Gondor, and just to address this, Horn of Gondor next to Erkenbrand is absolutely nuts. I mean, just truly nuts, because each one of those X white human creature tokens is going to be triggering Erkenbrand's ability. So everything is going to get +1 X times for the Gondor ability. So yeah, I mean this combo is nuts. So I don't know. Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin feels a little bit win more, but I just don't think the Flamesmith is doing anything for me. I'm just gonna take the Flamesmith because it is a playable though. Because I don't want to die just because I didn't. Well, and here I am getting a ton of. Oh, come on. Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin. Now immediately looks like the pick. But okay. of these, I don't really have a good read on Eastmark. It's 119, took Reaper, 137, Westfold Rider, 109. Okay, yeah, I mean that actually, yeah, that falls in line. I don't think these are any of these is a fantastic card. Took Reaper is a card that's disappointed me a lot. Um, Cavalier is just kind of a 2/2 for 2 with Vigilance. The ability is usually not relevant. It could be, I guess. I've never seen it relevant against my decks, even when I frequently run Goblins in Work. So, Westfold Rider is really aggressive. I also like the ability to destroy Artifact or Enchantment. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's tough because in red white, I usually want to go for the beats to go as aggressively as possible, but with Horn of Gondor, I kind of want to play a long game because Horn of Gondor creates so much value over a long game, but which makes me lean towards Eastmark. But I think I just like Westfold Rider too much, and it does stall the board in and of itself because it has that 3 power. So it does make for a pretty solid blocker, although it's easily killed with Casting a Fire or whatever other 1 damage card there is. I don't like Soldier of the Grey Host. I don't really want to play any of these cards. Well, I want to play all of these black cards, but that's fine. Yeah, High Crusher is just not in this deck. What I want. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'll take it for the board. I'm pretty in red white, so I don't see myself moving out of it. So I may actually play Soldier of the Grey Host just to kind of do some tricks. It's a Spirit Soldier, not a human, so I don't want that. Tempted to take Troll Cause of Doom in case I go black, but I really don't want to play another black-red deck, so I'm gonna do Soldier of the Grey Host. Casting the Fire is not what I want. Isolation to War Think is the best card here, but I'll take Flamesmith. Hey, Hobbit Sting came back around. Yeah, I mean, this is great in a go wide strategy, so. This does let me swing immediately with the Horn of Gondor, folks, but I just think it's not actually good enough to play, whereas Hobbit Sting is definitely that. East Farthing Farmer. Not in the deck that I'm making. It is a 2/3 for 2 that makes a food. I don't want to play this, but if I have to, I will. Same. Flame of Anor. You control the wizard. As you cast the spell, you may choose 2 instead. Draw 2, destroy target artifact, 5 damage to target creature. Yeah, this isn't great. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm not doing that, and also the death list is here, so yeah, this seems like the clear choice here. Gotta love this good removal. Yeah. Easy pick. Okay, Relentless Rohirrim is great. Also as a human, gives me a tempt trigger, which I don't have. The Corrupt Sheriff is a halfling rogue, no, and I don't want to splash black anyway. Yeah, so I'll just take Relentless Rohirrim. It's a great card. Plays nicely with the deck. Swarming of Moria is good. Banish from Edoras. I don't know. Eagles of the North. I think the best card is probably Swarming of Moria in red-white. Yeah. This benefits the go wide and also gets me lands, so I could potentially cut if I get enough Eagles of the North. Soaring in Moria, though, I don't know, man. It makes it 2/2 for 3. It gives me a treasure token. I'm not amassing, but I like the value of it. It sets me up for, turn 5. I could swing in with Shadowfax because it lets me sort of skip my turn 4 on the curve, and that might be useful. I mean, it would be really useful because Shadowfax with Relentless Rohirrim swinging on turn 4 is absurd. That's so much damage. It's really backbreaking. Or Erkenbrand. So I've got some great, not to get too far ahead of myself, but yeah, I mean, Eagles of the North is also a great card to cheat in, which is something to think about too. It pairs nicely with Shadowfax because it can come in swinging as a 3/3 flyer that also gives everything else +1/+0 and first strike, so it really sets up a nice swing with Shadowfax. Oh boy. I sort of talked myself into both cards. So both of the cards give me a lot of stability, and I like that. It's just such a close choice. Now I'm just thinking about curve. I don't really want to hard cast Eagles of the North, but the fact that I have a way to cheat it is nice. Is Eagles of the North just a plains? I am going to hard cast Forming of Moria. I think it's close. This may be the wrong choice. Ooh. Okay. Coral's End is a great taste that tastes great with my tastes. Here creates a human and also is great. Another Eagles of the North here, another Farmer, another Nimble Hobbit, another Westfold Rider. Battle-Scarred Goblin is the best card, followed by Westfold Rider, followed by, I would say, Eagles of the North. The Battle-Scarred Goblin doesn't have anything to do with his deck, but I don't want it to get too cute, and I do really just like Battle-Scarred Goblin. It's a fantastic card. So even though... So basically my thought is, do I want a Battle-Scarred Goblin, or do I want a Westfold Rider? Really a tough call. I think Battle-Scarred Goblin is just too good as a 2-drop because it trades up on the swing, so it's aggressive for the beatdown. It doesn't benefit from Dunedain Blade. It doesn't, benefit Horn of Gondor. It doesn't benefit Erkenbrand, and so that's kind of why I'm weighing in between, against Westfold Rider. Boy. This is a tough choice, but I just think Battle-Scarred Goblin is such a superior 2-drop. You know what? No, gonna do the tribal. Boy, this feels not good. Okay, that's done. Oh, another Shadowfax. What a gift. What an absolute gift. Hey, and there's my Battle-Scarred guy. Perfect. Yeah, definitely better than Dunedain Blade here. Another Shadowfax? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, Eagles of the North is something I need to pick very quickly in the future because it's going to be so easy to cheat in. Improvised Club is a fantastic card, and it's probably better than Shadowfax. Well, yeah, I mean it is. But I I can't resist the temptation to be Shadowfax forever. So now I really need to focus on not just human tribal, but also cards that I want to cheat in, like Eagles of the North, or like Soldier of the Grey Host. Frankly, yeah, no, I think that's Soldier of the Grey Host is just not a card that I want to pay for, but I do like it coming in, swinging, and giving something +2/+0. It's a flyer, so it swings easily, and it also forces some tough trades. So it's great next to Shadowfax. Nimble Hobbit is a card in white. It's a great ring bearer. It's really, really good, but it's not in the archetypes I'm trying to do here. So, Eastmark Cavalier is a 2-drop. Tempted to go for Gimli's Axe, but it doesn't make sense. So, doing this once again. It's playable, but not for me. Wow. I don't know what this card does. It's 111 in the rankings. Okay. It's a 2/2 for 2 haste. I do have an equip, but it's more expensive on Mary. Whenever I attack with Mary and another legendary creature, draw a card. So, you know, I mean, cheating this in with Shadowfax doesn't make a lot of sense. But I mean, I do have, let's see, in terms of legendary creatures, I have Shadowfax X3 for just the 4, plus Temptation, so 5. Yeah, I just may not have enough Temptation to turn this on. Here, let me go ahead and start making some cuts here. I do think Eastmark stays. I think these Flamesmiths can probably go because Battlescarred Goblin is a better, off synergy 2-drop. Yeah. Storming Memoria is close. Soldier of the Grey Host, like I said, it's not a good card, but I have 3x Shadowfax, so it is going to be free for me pretty much always. It's a great target for that. This is also a great target to cheat in. Relentless Rohirrim doesn't get cheated in by Shadowfax, which is kind of a thing that I'm thinking about. So it makes me think that maybe Protector of Gondor is the play here. Book of Mizarble is also really good. Protector of Gondor is it's a human and also gets me another human. So for Horn of Gondor and also Erkenbrand, this is a really nice card. Also, I have the Dunedain Blade, which I do think I'm going to run, and so it joins both of these. It gets cheated in by Shadowfax with the 3 power, but I get 4 power across the thing. So I think that, I mean, Book of Mizarble is maybe the best card, followed by Relentless Rohirrim, and this is a rare, but I think the Protector of Gondor just makes the most sense in this deck. A lot of synergy, and yeah. Bill the Pony, another Relentless Rohirrim, which, like I said, doesn't pair well with Shadowfax, but is a phenomenal card. So there's kind of some tension between the two. Bill the Pony makes food. Toughness rather than power is not really something I'm interested in this deck. It's a 1/4. I do like 1/4. It's also a great ring bearer. I don't have much temptation though, so I think I just go with Relentless Rohirrim because it's a great card. Lost to Legend is also here, which is tempting. I mean, horses have haste, I mean, maybe this is a horse tribal deck. Maybe I'm trying to do, I mean, this would be my 4th horse. Yeah. Something to think about. Something to think about. I'm not actually going to do that. Yeah, Relentless Roam is just a great card to play on turn 4. I really enjoy playing it on turn 4. uh, and, it doesn't live the Shadowfax dream, but, it does tempt, which I don't have much of, and which may get me to 2 overall, because I have Squirrels in. No. Hmm. So, uh, it's pretty. I shouldn't be thinking about this as much as I am, but I'm thinking, Build a Pony does get cheated in by Shadowfax. Or I could just play it separately and it would have haste and swing. And, you can sack the food at instant speed to make it deal 4 damage. Uh, it is difficult to block, but it just gets the 1 damage through. So it's a sort of tricky. It's really more of a ring bearer, which I just don't have enough of. So I think I should not live the horse tribal dream and stick with humans, which is what I've been doing. Relentless Rohirrim I think is just so much better than Lost to Legend, even though Lost to Legend is so good. Because it is a human, and it just keeps doing the thing. Gimli's Fury, I have so many little guys that, a combat trick might actually be what the doctor ordered. But I think Oiliphant is just so good, just in terms of making sure I hit my lands, and it doesn't get cheated in. Lesser power. Let's see. If I gave Shadowfax a sword, it still doesn't work. I think Oiliphant is just it's too good to pass up here. Stalwarts of Osgiliath. I do like the tempting. I'm not going to be drawing very many cards here. I have Coral's End. I think that's my only draw. So I don't think this is, it's just not a good card in and of itself. But I also don't think it's a great card in this deck, even though it is a human. Swarming of Moria is tempting. My thought on Swarming of Moria is, what else am I doing on turn 3? And it does let me skip to turn 5. And now that I have 3 Shadowfax, I think being able to have 5 mana available on turn 4, if I'm, otherwise on curve, does make turn 4 just a potentially backbreaking turn. I don't know if I'm getting too cute, but I think I do want to take Swarming of Moria. Grishnak. Grishnak has nothing to do with this deck, but it does. It does steal, in this deck, it would steal a creature with power 2 or less from the other side, which is still relevant, like a Trebuchet or something, or just otherwise, like a big booty card coming on my side of the board could be nice to open up a swing. Also, I have 2 Swarming of Moria, so that actually could potentially be bigger. It could be 4 power, which is a totally different ballgame. Grishnak's a really good card, and it doesn't have anything to do with my deck, but I think it's good enough to justify bringing it in the fold. None of these cards are what I want to do. I'm going to take Rising of the Day because it's uncommon. Hey, Lancer, where have you been all my life? I needed a... Oh, wow. Rally at the Hornburg here is incredible. Esquire to the King is a great card also that I would have liked to take, but Rally at the Hornburg is just too good in this deck. Too good in this deck. Stern Scolding because it's uncommon. Lookout because I'm least likely to play it. I don't think I'll be slipping on the ring at all, but maybe. All right, let's see. I'm gonna play around with this a little bit, but I'm probably gonna take a break before I actually play it. Soldier of the Grey Host is cute. Let's see if I'll add it back in. It's great with Shadowfax, but not very good at all without Shadowfax, and so that makes me want to cut it just kind of right off the bat. But I might put it back in. Swarming of Moria, I feel weird about having two of these in there, but well, let's see. These cards are going to get added back in, but I'm doing my cuts just basically just straight up on ratings from 17 lands. I like to start here so I can kind of get a sense of where is the raw power, and then decide whether the raw power is better than synergy, or maybe I need to add synergy back in. It also, I think doing it this way keeps me from getting too cute with the choices that I make. I'm cutting at 75, I think. I forget what I was doing. Okay, so this is the cut at 75, I believe. Yeah, so Ranger's Firebrand is amazing, definitely playing it. The Lancer is synergistic and also a good card in and of itself. It's also a temptation trigger, which I don't have much of, and that could be relevant. I mean, just in terms of getting me some loots if I can get a second trigger off of like the Firebrand, for instance. Battlescarred Goblin is not a synergistic card at all, and so it is depending on what my curve looks like, it may be something that I want to think about cutting, but I also just think it's a really good 2-drop, and I'm not going to be upset about it. It's off synergy, but it's a real house of a 2-drop. Rally at the Hornburg, obviously in here. Grishnock is, maybe I'm doing, this might be the doing too much thing, because I'm really not amassing, especially not if Swarming of Moria doesn't get added back in, but it changes the battle math. It helps me swing more aggressively, yeah, it's a tough cut. I don't think I will, but Quarrel's In makes a human, draws cards. Horn of Gondor is the whole reason for the season. Protector of Gondor, same deal. Erkenbrand is amazing with Horn of Gondor and all these other. This is so many human triggers. 5, well, but plus the other Rally at the Hornburg triggers and Quarrel's End, so 6, 7, plus Horn of Gondor, which is 8, and Protector has another body with it, but I'm not counting that way. So yeah. Oliphant, I do think I want to keep just for the mountain cycling to kind of smooth me out a little bit here. I am pretty red, so I do really need red to work. I just now realized how little white I have at this cut point, but I think it's because the ratings are so skewed because red is so strong, and so I think that, yeah, that's the reason some white got cut here, but it's going to come back in, like I said. Yeah, okay. So I have 5 cards here. What do I want to do? Uh, Creature-wise, I have a lot of creatures, but I'm I want more creatures for this deck. Creatures help me not get run over, and also, yeah, I'm trying to do the beats. Uh, I like Dunedain Blade just because I have so many little guys running around that making them 3/2s is really relevant. Basically I'm making a 3/2 out of a 1/1 for 3 mana, which isn't great, but I can keep doing it, and I just think I'm going to have so many bodies around that it's going to be worth it to have it in the fold. Um, Speaking of folds, Westfold Rider is just really good. It helps me swing in hard early, especially if there's an empty board, which maybe helps me get out ahead of my opponent. I do think I want to add 2, even though I have so much to do on turn 2, because, yeah, I mean, it just is a good card. I don't love this curve here, so maybe I need to go a little bit higher, but uh, so my thought is I do want a Soldier of the Grey Host just because it's going to be dead in hand more or less. But when Shadowfax swings, uh, it's a pretty easy way to get 4 damage pushed through in one way or another, or to force a difficult combat decision. So it's a little cute, but I do think I want one. But I'm choosing here between Lost to Legend, Soldier of the Grey Host, and Swarming of Moria. So that's a pretty tough spread because I have 2 slots here. I don't want to give them both to Soldier of the Grey Host. Man, I really, despite everything I just said, I think Swarming of Moria, if I'm on curve, it sets me up so nicely to play Shadowfax on turn 4 and cheat in another card, that I see that turn really easily in my head, and I think I can't pass that up, even though I have something else to do on turn 3. Lost to Legend, I don't know. I almost feel like I'm gonna pick Lost to Legend over Soldier of the Grey Host because, one, it's a better card, and 2, even though the 2 white pips are going to be kind of hard to get to, this feels like a little bit of a win more. This also feels like a little bit of a win more because if I do have Shadowfax, then things are looking good for me. This, however, helps me deal with a threat, which, I mean, I do have removal already in Ranger's Fireball and Smite the Deathless, but I do like just having an instant speed card in hand that really does handle, if they have a huge army, for instance. I mean, if they amass a huge army, I don't really have a way to deal with that, because of uh, the limitations on this damage here on Smite the Deathless and Ranger's Firebrand. So it's sort of a catch-all removal. It's a little bit too safe maybe, but it is what it is. I want to win, and I think that this will help me avoid threats that I can't think of right now. So bit of a weird deck, big beats, big beats, big beats. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I will see you in the games, which are soon to come.